Preparing the live stream. Zoom is setting up our meeting for YouTube Live.
Thank you, Zoom.
Done. Redirecting to YouTube. Look at that.
Would you look at that?
Just look at it.
Would you look at that?
Wow, that's really cool. No, why is it on? Hold on. Why is it on private? Why is it on private? Okay, it's saying it's public. No, it's not made for that.
We're live.
Yay. Did you get like a notification?
Yep.
Cool.
It said, hey, put your clothes on. You're live. But I already did. So,
That's awesome. Good stuff.
haha.
Woohoo!
I'm ahead.
We're live right now. One person is watching us.
Is it me?
Hooray!
What are you feeling like?
Okay, got it. All right, look at us. This is really cool. We had a snow day today, so we're each out of our respective houses today. How exciting. Bill disappeared. Where did he go?
I think I plugged the wrong thing in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna play a little song for us?
What do you want?
Take us away,
What are you in
sweet
the mood for?
home Alabama.
Let's
Can you play
say Friday.
Carry on My Wayward Son?
I'm
We'll
not
be.
awake yet.
Oh,
I'm gonna write a note right quick.
it's cat purring ASMR. Oh, look at that. Your little feather quill pen. How amazing. So what are we talking about today, Bill?
Well,
What's on our what's on the Hap Cat Daddy?
I thought we were talking about snow days.
Yeah?
Yep.
Any snow days that you had a fun time that you would like to mention?
Every snow day, ever. Anytime
Yeah.
it snowed. I grew up in the country called the United States of America, which
Wonderful.
actually was a good idea a long time ago. Then they fucked
Okay.
it all up. But I was in a place called Texas, which was its own state. I mean, country at one time. And every time they predicted snow, I would wake up in the morning like early and pop up out of bed and throw open I'm going to use the Christmas word sash.
Okay.
And there would be brown grass outside.
Oh,
And I would
lovely.
cry and be pissed. And that's when I decided I want to be a weatherman because they don't have to know a fucking thing. Um, so when I moved to Cincinnati, I moved here in 1997 because I lost a bet with God in 1996 and all the paperwork was done within a year. And here I was. So in February of 98, I went to lunch at a place called, where did we go? Uh, what's that food where it's Asian? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Thai food in Hyde
Okay.
Park. Can't remember the name of the place. Bangkok Bistro. Best one in town. And it starts snowing at lunchtime.
Oh,
Yeah. And so we walk out and there's like a quarter of an inch of the snow on the sidewalk. And it's still snowing. It's pretty. And I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. It didn't stop snowing for 2 days.
wow.
We got 18 inches of snow. A storm system just came and sat right on
Holy
top of us.
cow.
And I thought, this is the greatest place in the world. I'm gonna love it here. And then it never snowed again like that.
Yeah.
Uh, then
You
we
like
haven't.
snow?
Oh, I love snow. We
You're a
haven't had
fan of snow. Okay.
no sledding snow until not yet even this whole year.
I mean,
And
I
last
think this
year,
is pretty much sledding snow.
mm,
Seems
not
to be. I
here,
don't know. I haven't been
not
outside
here,
yet.
not here. We only
Oh, no.
got like
Not in
maybe
Cincy?
2 inches. Not where I
Oh,
am.
wow.
Yeah,
Well, you can sled on anything if you put your mind to.
I'm not sure.
You could take a sled down a grassy field if you want. Well, it's got to be a hill, obviously, but
You know about friction, right?
yeah.
Okay, you can't do that with a sled. If you set a sled on a,
If the hill is steep enough, you can do anything.
that's called falling. That's dangerous. Yeah. But you could do that.
Potentially.
Yep. So that's all that. Yeah, that's snow days. I used to love it when we would have some snow day because I got to play with my kid.
Oh, that's
That was
sweet.
fun. Yeah.
I
Um,
I would always go outside and build an igloo by myself because I was a very lonesome child. I just go out and build an igloo by myself, and then I would. This is a really. I thought it was going to be a funny story, but it's one of those things where you
it's
realize
making me
halfway
cry.
through that it's like a really depressing story. I was gonna say
Yeah.
I would build the igloo and then see how long I could stay in it before people would notice that I was gone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a full day actually. I fell asleep for about 8, 9 hours.
You're a nutcase. You felt
Yeah.
in an igloo that you crafted from snow and ice in your own front yard.
Yeah, it was in my backyard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the whole story wrong. That changes everything.
I know, right? Because I was actually kind of hidden, so nobody could notice me.
That's metaphorical.
I know, right?
Hmm. When you say igloo, you did not build an igloo.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I literally did. I put squares and I packed them on top of each other, and then I made like a dome and I got inside of it. I swear it was an igloo.
Did any did we say Eskimo? Can we say that? Would we get demonetized?
I don't think so. Is Eskimo a bad word now?
I don't know if it is yet. It will be, I'm sure, because I'm sure it's offensive to
Should we
somebody in
should we
some way.
Google this? Is Eskimo offensive?
Slow Duck says, slow down.
Although the name Eskimo is commonly used in Alaska to refer to Inuit and Yupik, I don't know if I said that right, people of the world, this usage is now considered unacceptable by many or even most Alaska natives, largely since it is a colonial name imposed by non-indigenous peoples.
Was I right?
Yes.
All right.
It's a derogatory term because it was widely used by racist non-native colonizers. So unless you want to be a colonizer,
So, have you been to Alaska?
yeah, I vacation there every winter.
I was in Alaska one time for business and I met this girl in a bar and we started talking and she had a friend and I really wanted to get all of us together.
Hmm.
But she wasn't Inuit.
All right, this show's over.
It's New Low Friday.
Jesus.
New Low Friday. What are you gonna do this weekend?
I was supposed to go see Meredith, but
I like her.
yeah, I don't know if that's happening because of the weather. So we
No, we'll
shall
get to you.
see.
No, we'll get to you.
But next week, do you see it's supposed to be almost in the 50s?
It's supposed to be 100 degrees and sunny. I'm moving to the south.
I want to move to the south because I don't like this type of weather. I mean, if it's sunny outside at the very least, then I'm fine. If it's dreary and it's not sunny, then all bets are off on how I'm gonna act.
Yeah, this weather sucks. I never really had that. I never thought I had that seasonal affective disorder stuff,
Yeah.
because I love snow, I love winter, and I love Christmas and all those things. This year fucking sucks, man. My life would be a whole lot better with 4 more hours of daylight.
Yeah,
Just would. I
agreed.
never thought about that before, but I mean, I can move anywhere I want to, and we can do this from anywhere.
That's true. That is
So,
that is factual data.
have
I
no
would like
idea.
to do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because for real, man, I would get so much more out of
Excuse me.
just my mood of 3 or 4 more hours of
I
daylight.
swear, if I could wake up and walk to the beach every day, oh
Oh
my
my God.
gosh, I would never have anything to complain about.
I've been watching this YouTube
I feel
channel.
like it
This
would cure
guy,
my childhood trauma.
uh, that will happen. This guy, I think he was with Microsoft and he quit his job and he bought a boat. He started sailing. Then he met this girl from Sweden and they fell in love. And so they've been sailing around the world together for, I don't know, 9 or 10 years. And they have a YouTube channel. Where was it going?
It's amazing. Okay,
Any of this.
I have
Oh,
a,
and
go ahead.
so they went to this place in French Polynesia called Pahanea, and it's an atoll, which means there are a bunch of islands there. They're all uninhabited. They spent 4 weeks there hanging out. Um,
Wow.
my and my takeaway on that is a couple things. One is I gotta have hobbies if I'm gonna do that kind of thing.
Right.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you something.
Is it
What
appropriate for the video or no?
it is, right? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One of the
Tell me.
funniest things ever in my life happened
Okay.
last night. So I was talking to my friend about superpowers, and she was like, "What would yours be?" And we talked about what about being invisible? And we laughed because I said you'd know where I was all the time, because I knock shit over,
Right. You're so
make
clumsy sometimes.
make noise. And she said, "You know what? We would know where you were because you couldn't be quiet."
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second. Hello, Rude. I'm live. What are you doing? Okay, what is important about it?
Musical interlude.
Yeah? Whoa. Ooh. Damn. Period. Yeah. Facts. I don't really know if I care to see any of them except for counterparts.
It's time to get off the phone now.
Okay, let me give you a call back. I'll think about it. Okay. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay, sorry. I just got asked if I wanted to go to a concert tonight.
You got asked to prom.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I gotta get my pretty dress.
What concert?
Devil Wears Prada counterparts and some other, and Daisy just knocked on my camera, so that's great.
Where?
I think they're at Bogarts.
Um, think again.
Fit for a King, Devil Wears Prada counterparts. June, is it not at Bogarts? Why do you
Think
say think
so.
again?
Because I think I looked at Bogarts. It's
Oh,
there.
that's where I thought it was.
No, you might be right. You know what is next Saturday?
What is next Saturday?
27th. Devil Wears Prada, Fit for a King.
Is that Bogarts?
Yeah.
Hey, nice. I might go. I don't know, because I'm feeling a little under the weather today. So,
Why? Me too. Why?
I don't know. Stomach stuff,
Hmm.
stress, anxiety, depression,
That
CPTSD,
happens.
the latter.
You say Dilaudid?
Ah, I wish, but no.
Remember that time in August when I went to the hospital with my friend Ashley because she had to have surgery?
Mm-hmm.
And it was 4 hours long. And then we went to the room and they brought her into a room because she had to stay because she had to spend the night. And they didn't give her anything. They didn't give her any Dilaudid, so she was awake. And she had this big gash across her neck, and she
Oh
was.
my God, no. Okay, stop.
They
I
didn't
want to.
transfer. Hang on, they didn't transfer her case from surgery to the fourth floor for post-op, so they couldn't do anything. So I was running from the room to the nurse's
What
station,
the
going, "What
hell?
the fuck?" She was screaming. It was horrible. I
That
didn't
is
talk. Remember
so
this? I didn't talk to her
ridiculous.
for like a month. It
No, I
freaked
do
me out
remember
so
that because
badly.
you got all scared and it like made you all frantic and you were like, I can't do
Yeah,
this. I
yeah,
mean, me too. I would feel a little bit traumatized after that experience too. I can't imagine how she feels.
not done. So she's over at my house the other day, and we talked about it. We hadn't talked about it since August, and she didn't remember a thing because
Really?
yeah, she doesn't remember
Wow.
anything from
That's
pre-op to like the next day. It never occurred to me that she had no memory of any of it. You know what I mean? Because it was like
wow.
one of the most horrible events of my life. And
Yeah. And
she
then you just don't talk to her and she's like, what happened?
exactly. Yeah.
She's like,
So
I'm so confused. What happened?
next time I know, I just go with the whole time. No, everything was great. So that was a weird one.
That is weird. So I want to go back to your little boat thing that you mentioned
Oh yeah.
because I watched this story. I'm gonna freak out in like 2 seconds because my cat's gonna stress me out. Um,
Daisy.
Like every single time I'm on the computer or like I'm trying to do something important. Like I had a really important meeting yesterday that I was doing and Daisy would not chill out and like kept knocking over my camera and stuff. And I was just very stressed out and distracted and just like, bleh. So anyways, I was watching this TikTok about this girl who she was in this relationship and it wasn't the best relationship. It was kind of abusive. Her dad basically says, "Look, sweetie, this isn't the guy that you're going to marry. Like you need to dump him, whatever. Like I had a dream." Oh, she should not be playing with that. I had a dream and I know the guy that you're going to marry. Like I see him and this is his description, right? Whatever. So she's like, "Yeah, whatever, blah blah blah." Goes on to keep dating this guy who wasn't very good for her for like years, right? They break up, whatever. She heals herself, yada yada yada. She's on like dating sites and she sees this guy who like she wasn't even thinking about the description that her dad described at the time. So she had met him, she had talked to him, whatever. And then she had taken him to meet her parents and she's like, "I really feel like this is the guy that I'm gonna marry, blah 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 blah." And her dad was like, "I know, that's the guy that I dreamed about. That's literally him." Like he started crying and bawling his eyes out. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he said, "I remember you." Like the guy that she was dating, right? That her dad dreamed about was like, "I actually remember you coming to this marina because I saw you and I thought you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, but you were with some other dude. And so I didn't say anything." And this was literally weeks after her dad had said that he had a dream about the guy that she was going to marry,
Wow.
that guy that she's with now saw her, saw she was with another guy and didn't come up to her. So they would have met like 4 years earlier had she had broken up with that guy. But eventually
Great.
they still got back together. So it's just a really cool lesson in like what's meant for you will never pass you by.
Now, there's no way to verify any of that, right?
I mean, she probably could with like text messages and stuff potentially, but maybe not.
I'm just saying, um, you never know.
I just
Do you
thought it was a
think
cute story.
it is a cute story? Do you think there's one person for everybody?
No, I think there's
Either.
multiple people for everybody. I think
Yeah.
everybody, well, not at the same time, obviously, but I mean, if that's your thing,
Depends
that's
on
your
what you
thing.
want.
Right. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I think
Yeah.
that, I don't think that soulmates are strictly romantic. I think that platonic soulmates exist.
Me
Um,
too.
I think that, your person can be multiple people just depending on, what's going on in your life, where you're at. And a person can be your person for one period of time and then can no longer be your person anymore. I think
That's what I think.
it's just about phases and changes and things like that. Like we're completely, we change, we differ. I think that's why like divorce is also so common because that person could have been your person when you got married and for, the 10, 15 years after. But at a certain point, people change and people grow. I mean, I would like to think that, I would be with somebody for the rest of my life that would be like ebb and flow with me as I change. But
Hmm.
I don't know.
No, either. Um,
I think that's why you have to have like a platonic soulmate foundation, I think, to kind of anything, really.
yeah, I don't. It's it's puzzling me. It's puzzling me because I've had I think maybe four different lifetimes. Have we had this conversation where like my up to college lifetime, and then my um professional, beginning marriage kid lifetime.
Yeah.
Um, and I just don't see spending 60 years with the same person. Um, I don't get it. But
I would honestly like I would love that.
I would too if it would happen, but I don't know. For
Yeah.
me, I don't know.
It's just hard
But
to think about tolerating somebody for that long.
well, you've heard both of my stories on this one. Um,
Yeah.
but I do think for me at least, there are periods of multiple years where it's really made for one person.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a sustainable like a 30-year span where one person would be comfortable.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think
so I,
too it's hard because my viewpoint of love and like relationships is so skewed, right? Is just so not healthy. because the people that I've seen that have been together for a very, very long, extended period of time don't like each other at all,
No.
are not compatible people whatsoever. Like, I
Yep.
don't understand how two people could be more different, right? But like somehow we'll
Yeah.
just stay together. And like that's not what I want, you know? I'd love to
Yeah.
just basically have and see, this is why I think it would be really cool to like get a multifamily home with all of my friends and just spend the rest of my life that way. Like I think that would be awesome. Like that would be the idea. Like I can wake up, go like literally go across the hall, knock on the door and see my best friends and like have coffee with them in the morning and like chill and like all that stuff. Like that's really my dream. That would be my dream.
That would be fun. We called that college.
Well, I didn't get the like college experience, but like I like the agency of adulthood. I like, hey, you can come fix my hot water heater and I'll come help you do your dishes or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to know somebody can fix your water here. I don't know that person.
Oh,
What happened?
I have to ask you a question as soon as we stop this here. It's work related, so we won't talk about it on air,
Okay.
but
Uh,
I'll ask you
Um,
about it
let me tell
later.
you my two stories about old people because everybody listening, whoever isn't here, may not have heard them. Um, the police arrested a guy. He was 86. He killed his wife. They'd been married for 62 years.
Oh my gosh.
And they asked him why he did it. And he said, I just couldn't take it in. So there's that. And then I heard an
It's
interview with,
crazy that that's the only option that he thought of. Like,
I
not
know
divorce, not just walking away, not cheating
at
on her
that
and forcing her to
age,
leave. Like that, it seemed like
right?
his only option.
At that age, right? Um, and then the other one, I heard an interview with a lady who had been married for like 70 years to the same guy. And they said, what's the key, to a lengthy marriage? And she said forgiveness. And I was like, ah, whatever. But I've been thinking about that for like 3 years. And I think that may be true for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But I think it can't be like unconditional forgiveness, right? Like I
right. And
think
that's
like
where I
it's
was trying to go.
forgiveness with strings.
That's where I was trying to go. But I was trying to say it properly, say it correctly, because uh, I don't know that I am uh, confident in my own ability to evaluate the data I'm getting and say, hey, that's not going to work anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, that concerns me.
Well, I think it's about appropriate boundaries, right? I think that there's a certain amount of forgiveness that you can give somebody like I forgive you for not always doing the dishes versus I forgive you for cheating on me or I forgive you for talking poorly about me. Or overstepping my boundaries, right? I think that's why boundaries are a great thing to have in place in a relationship. And I think that forgiveness is can only be forgiveness if there's that mutual respect of the boundaries. Otherwise, it's just turning a blind eye and being naive, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think that
And
forgiveness can happen without an apology from the other person. Forgiveness can be whatever it looks like for you. Um, but I think that forgiveness in terms of not holding resentments for past things that you said that you were going to let go, I think is important.
I do too. I do too. And I think that, hang on one second. I'm
Is it
waiting
your
for
turn
a
to
call.
take a phone call?
Yeah.
I guess that's smart. I should have probably pressed mute myself when I was on the phone, but I didn't think that far ahead. But I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. And for the two people watching, feel free to interact with us in the chat. Say how you feel about relationships. Do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in platonic soulmates? Do you believe in romantic soulmates? Do you believe that forgiveness is the key and the foundation of a healthy relationship? I think trust and communication and like forgiveness, obviously, but I think doing your best not to hold resentments is important. That's key for me because I'll get resentful over
Thank you.
stupid petty shit.
Um, so let's keep going on this for a second
Okay.
because I, yeah, it really concerns me that I don't have hard boundaries on what
Yeah.
you can, what you can't. I mean, I have boundaries. You can't do horrible stuff. But you said, you cheated on me. To me, there's worse shit than that. Um, I
Like
don't think.
what? You murdered my
Uh,
dog?
that's a bad one. Yeah. Bah. I, mm, I don't know. I don't know. I do, but I don't know.
I think, I mean, I don't know. I think things like I've been guilty of in the past, like invasions of privacy and
That's
not
kind of what I was thinking.
respecting, yeah, not respecting the other person's personal space or things like that. I mean, I have, you
Oh, I
know,
see what you're. Thank you.
well, I'm saying things that I've done myself.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you analyze your previous relationships, when they're like, it's hard because when you're in it, you see it in a whole different lens than when you're out of it. And so there's been a lot of accountability I've had to take for myself
That's a
after
true thing
relationships
about
have ended.
um not and you don't you don't see yourself the way people around you see you either. So
Yeah. And I think too,
um
like my lack of boundaries and my lack of knowledge of boundaries, oof, bad. Bad, bad, not good, especially in the start of a relationship. That looks like over gift giving, that looks like love bombing for me. I'll be the first to admit that was where I was at one point in my life.
you were, and so was I, and you know that, and it was really
Hmm.
ridiculous. I mean, it was
Yeah. You
beyond
look
ridiculous.
back at it now, right? And you're like,
Yeah. Well, I look back and I think that was really good for her.
"R-
um but you know what, I went the complete uh when I got out of that, that kind of go-to for me, I stopped doing that stuff. So now people that I see person doesn't get stuff, and it's weird because it feels kind of not really normal because that was my love language, gift giving. Um, and so I've had to give creative gifts.
yeah, I hear
Uh,
you. I'm not like, I'm kind of the opposite because like gift giving was one of the ways that I was love bombed in my life,
yeah,
continuously and very recently. So like when people give me gifts, it has to be like a very thoughtful, very like me type of gifts, or I
I
pick it
don't
out
like
myself.
I don't like getting gifts at all. You know that about me. I don't.
Yeah,
I like giving them, but I don't like giving.
right. But I think that you do enjoy gifts when they're like smaller things that like, oh hey, you're showing me that you know me, right? Like you like
Like
getting
when
like,
you do it, yeah,
yeah, like when you get like socks or something
yeah,
that like have a character on them that you like,
hmm
or like something
yeah.
like that. Like that's nice. And I would agree. Like I would like something like that too. Like um anything that shows that you know what my interests are and that you pay attention to who I am, I think is really
Yeah,
important. Otherwise just don't bother. I feel like I would rather spend quality time with somebody.
me too. I'm a
I
quality
think,
time.
yeah, like I mean, you're really big on like memories and you're really big on like
Hmm
shows and
hmm
experiences. And I think that's really important. I think making memories with people is probably one of the best things that you can do. And I would
Me
agree
too.
with that as well, because it's not something that I really have experienced in my previous relationships. Maybe like here and there, but I think that being intentional about that quality time, I think is really important. And I've changed over the years, right? My love languages used to be acts of service and words of affirmation. Now I feel like they're more acts of service and quality time. And then physical touch is actually moving up there a little bit more than it used to now that I'm becoming comfortable with myself, which is
Good for
really
you. Yeah,
interesting.
that's a big one for
So,
me.
yeah, this is all just to say, man, your love language changes over time. And every year you should probably take your love language test because you never know how it's going to change, especially when you're healing and working on yourself.
That's a good point. We did it maybe 2 years ago, something like that,
Hmm.
maybe three. When you said acts of service, you mean you receive love by people doing acts of service for you?
Yeah, that's like how I feel loved
Okay.
is like, folding my laundry and putting it on my bed, or folding the towels and putting them on the top of the dryer, or keeping the house clean, or like things like that, or like if I'm broken down on the side of the road and I give you a call and you help me out, like that really like shows me that you appreciate me, and that's how I really like feel that love.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, how are you going to make this determination about this show tonight? This makes me curious because um, I'm really good at making plans, and then when it comes down to it, I'm like, "Meh."
Yeah, I'm more of like a last minute type girly, I like when things happen last minute, but I think I'm probably gonna err on the side of nay just because I have not been Doing the best mentally today. I've been in a weird mental headspace, so I think I just need to ground myself and stay home
What are you
and
gonna
not
do?
spend money. I might just chill here. I mean, I've been going all week. Like, I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all week. So I think I just might need a little bit of a relaxation time. Although I do feel really like energized and recharged by live music and shows.
You
Like that
do.
is something
Me
that like
too.
pours back into me.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I'm today's the 19th, tomorrow's the 20th, then the 27th. Commodores are coming on the 27th.
Oh
Do you know
yeah?
do you know the
I
Commodores?
do know the Commodores. I don't listen to them, but I know who they are.
They were badass. So when I was I'm 112.
Where are they
When
coming?
I was what's that?
What venue are they coming to?
Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, nice. Cool. That'll be
They're
fun.
gonna
You should go.
they're gonna play in the they're gonna play in the ballroom where I gave that talk.
Yeah. Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's pretty
Wow. Full
weird,
circle
huh?
moment.
Yeah,
Wow. That's exciting.
pretty wild. Same amount of people, different different feel.
Yeah.
Um, and there's this guy named Josh Ritter. Do you know who he is? He's a singer-songwriter. He's badass.
No
He's
idea. Never
coming.
heard of them.
He's coming to a place called Memorial Hall in Over the Rhine in March.
Hell yeah.
And I've not been to Memorial Hall, so I'm very excited about that. And I love
Ooh.
them. And then,
Oh,
so,
did you get Dave Chappelle tickets?
oh shit, I got to tell you my Chappelle story.
Okay, go.
So, all right, so no,
Damn.
but I know,
Long
but
story short.
right, but I got, I was in the waiting room. I got in, I got tickets in my cart. I went to check out, and they were gone.
No way.
Yeah, I was that close, man. And they're only
Oh,
90, they're $90. I was shocked.
wow.
Yeah, it's at a place called Y something Firehouse, YS Firehouse, something like that in Yellow Springs. Have you heard of it? I never heard of it.
Nope.
Weird
Probably
Pavilion
I've
was freaking awesome, but
I've probably seen it before because I've been to Yellow Springs so many times.
you have if you've been there because it's not that big. But he's doing a show tonight, tomorrow night. He did one last night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they all went on sale same time, 5 o'clock, like Wednesday. So I gotta plug
Oh
one.
my gosh, it's a fire station. It was an old
Yeah,
fire station that he turned into a comedy club and a restaurant.
apparently it's a cool venue.
It looks like it.
And the way he's doing it, I guess he's just announcing, the shows a couple days before. So we'll just keep checking back.
Yeah. It does look like a really cool venue.
You know who's coming in April is Cat Williams.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Would you see Cat Williams?
Yeah, I would love to see Cat Williams. Cat Williams is freaking hilarious.
There's tons of tickets left for him. I'm
Oh,
probably gonna
really?
see. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's a
love
big
comedy
venue.
shows. I think that's probably like one of my favorite things to do
Yeah.
is go see a comedy show. I went to Go Bananas recently and I saw this really funny comedian called Jeremiah Watkins at Go Bananas, and it was such a small, intimate show. He ended up showing up super late because his flight got delayed or whatever, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. It was so much fun. He was so hilarious. Like he did his a whole set, and then he did some crowd work about Bobby Mackey's.
Oh
And
wow.
it was so funny. It was hilarious. Like he is just so like he's so quick and like I love that. I love when comedians can just play off other people and like come
Mhm.
up with stuff so quick because that's where I'm really good at. I don't think that I would be very good at doing just a stand-up set, like writing. If I could write something and really think about it, maybe, but like I think that my strength comes from that improvisation, that like going back and forth from other people, like
Yeah.
building on somebody else's joke. Like that's really where
Yeah.
my strength is. And that's kind of his strength as well. So it was just really, really cool to see. And I've never laughed as hard. I've seen a lot of comedy shows in my life, and I've never laughed as hard as that one.
I don't think I ever laughed as hard in my life as I laughed last night when uh when Melissa said we would know where you were because you would want us to, because you can't stand not being recognized and seen. And
That's
I
that
was like,
Leo energy, sir.
yep. And I was like, oh my God, you're exactly right. I would. And then I would get counseling. I'd have to go to like the HR department for superheroes. And they'd be like, we've had this conversation several times.
Yeah.
You gotta be quiet on stakeout. I'm like, I'm trying. No, you're not. You're not. You're the invisible man.
Right.
Okay. You're the one we got. Quit fucking it up. You're like, all
On
right.
God.
Um, and I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Uh, Cat Williams. Oh, you ever watch 85 South? Do you know the 85 South?
Nope.
No. I'm not gonna tell the story then.
Okay.
Um, oh, Go Bananas. That's what I was gonna say. I love Go Bananas. That
Yeah,
bar is really
it's a
cool too.
really cool venue, and the bar that's attached to it's really cool also.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
really nice.
I haven't been
I would
there.
say I think too, like Taylor Tomlinson was really funny when we went and saw her. She was really hilarious. And her style of comedy is something that I really like and I really appreciate. I also, because I kind of like darker humor, and like that's kind
Oh,
of
me
where my
too.
sweet spot is.
Big
Either it
time.
has to be stupid as hell
Hmm.
or dark or like relatable in some way, right? Like I'm not a big fan of like shock humor, um, or like quote unquote offensive humor. Like people who are offensive to be like funny and like, oh, I'm offensive, that's not something that I really enjoy. I like when something is like smart, like
Yeah,
and I
me
like
too.
when it's like world buildy, right? Like, one of my favorite comedians, Noel Miller, he has this bit. He's got his special on Netflix. It's really funny. You should watch it. I'll send it to you. But
Right.
he's got this bit about the family computer and
Hmm.
it being in the living room and how and he's got this whole bit about masturbation
Hmm.
and how like you had to be like on your shit in the
Man,
family living room with that computer.
okay. I remember those days, and ours was right next to a window,
Yeah.
which was 10 feet from the window next door, which was their living room. So I had to be really creative with blankets. Totally
So
get it.
it was like that and he's like, now you guys have it easy. It's just
No shit, right? No. I mean, when I was 14, just to see two boobs, I had it was a I mean, it was a serious, it was a challenge. I
these
had to get
kids
to the
these days
mall
have it
first.
easy.
I had to get to the mall. I had to get to Walden Books. That was the only place I could go. And I had to find the dirty magazines had like plastic on them. So you had to find one that someone had opened, and then you had to like put it inside another magazine, and then you could look at it. And then you were terrified the whole time. That's just to
Now
see two
that
boobs.
that would be a great stand-up set that
I
you
think so.
you
And
need to write.
I think so. Yeah. And then getting porn into your house. Oh my God. That was like smuggling. If I could get it into my house and hide it somewhere, under the mattress, wherever, on the bookshelf between shit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then you're like,
Inside
okay,
the
what
Holy
do I,
Bible because but nobody's gonna look at that.
right. What do I have? What do I have in stock for the weekend or whatever? It was, yeah,
Right.
you have no idea how easy you have it now. And the first time I masturbated, I was in the bathtub. I had no idea what I was doing. But my first thought, no shit, was, oh my God, I got to tell dad about this. I wonder if he knows. I was like, bonus. So I go to school the next day and I'm telling my friend, he's like, don't tell your dad.
I think I just invented something really great.
Yep. Yep. You're all welcome.
Let me share my message with the world like I'm Jesus.
Seriously. Yeah, you guys need to hear about this.
Oh my God, that's
If
so
you're bored,
funny.
don't have anything to do. I mean, here you go. Now,
Good
being
thing you weren't at this
56,
age because you would have gone live on fucking
I know I
TikTok
would
at
have.
that point.
What I can tell you at 56 is that there are times when you're too bored. There's too much boredom. It's not the be all end all. So
Yeah, I think boredom is a good thing. I think I think being present in the moment is a great thing. I think, I have a phone addiction problem, very clearly. We all know this. Well, if you didn't know
hey,
this
look,
already, here I am telling you and admitting it. Hi,
let
my
me
name's
run this.
Amanda and I'm addicted to my phone.
Let me run this past you. I'm thinking about taking a day off of electronics.
Do it. Oh my
Like,
gosh. So I had in my senior year of college, you could, instead of taking the final exam, go 24 hours without any type of media.
I
So
like
no
that too.
phone,
Yeah.
no phone, no TV, no books, no newspapers, no nothing, no media. You were completely cut off. And he would like take your phone and you would just obviously it was an honor system, right? But like
Hmm.
I was really about it because I needed to do a detox anyways. It was the best 24 hours of my life. I'm not kidding you. I was literally looking for people to talk to. I met so many new people. I learned so many cool freaking things. I wrote more poetry in that 24 hours than I have in my entire life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it again?
Um, I don't have as much self-discipline.
Yeah. I got
I
a
think
friend that
that's
does it.
really the issue. And my job literally depends on social media. So I would have to do it like on the weekends, which would be fine, but also like I'm hanging out with people, so I need to like contact them and all that kind of stuff. So
Right. I got a friend and he's been doing Sundays. Uh no no media. And I think I'm gonna pick a day and do that.
you should.
Can't hurt, right?
No.
So
Well, we've been going for 40 minutes so far.
holy cow, you talk a
I
lot.
know. Isn't that interesting? I think I talked more this time than you did last time, which is good. We got a good flow going on.
We did?
Yeah,
Good.
I think so. We covered a lot.
I like us. Hey, okay. You got something for me later after?
Yeah, stay on. I'm just gonna end the live stream.
Okay. Have a good week.